Hey Bestie, it's Lisa. Welcome or welcome back. In today's episode, we're going to craft with Dollar Tree wood pieces. I've got this rectangular piece of wood from the Dollar Tree and then these cute little clipboards that are also made out of wood. I'm just going to sand down that one piece of wood so there aren't any rough spots, and I'm going to paint that whole thing in the color Plaster by Waverly. You can paint this in any color that you like. Now that that's done, we're going to remove the little stand from the back because we won't need it for this purpose, but I will use it for something else. Then I'm going to take my spatula and remove the metal pieces on the back as well. Then I'm going to sand down the back so it's nice and smooth. And I'm going to do that to all three of those pieces. Now I'm going to take those three pieces and use them as supports. So I'm going to use a combination of Fix-All and hot glue. And then I'm just going to place the three little clipboards on this, what I'm going to call a little shelf now, towards the back. You can put them anywhere on the shelf that you want. And then I'm going to take those little stand pieces and I'm going to hot glue them to the back for more stability. Because it's such a tall little thing compared to the part it's glued on, I thought that would really help to solidify that. And I'll do that with all three of them. I think this is so cute already. Now I'm just going to poke three little holes in the center of each of those little clipboards, and then we're going to screw on some cup hooks. So basically, this is turning into like a little mini command station, a place where you can hang your keys, put your Post-it notes, your reminders, your appointment cards, whatever you want. I'm going to put all three of those hooks in. Who's looking back at me? Now I'm going to take a really pretty pink flower that I had in my stash. I just thought I wanted to add a little bit of color, and I'm just going to hot glue that right on the front of the shelf. I'm also going to take the leaves that came with it, and I'm just going to cut them and place them all around the flower with a little bit of hot glue. Trying to keep this very simple, very pretty, but functional at the same time. There's nothing left to do but to say goodbye. Now I'm going to add a little bit of greenery from Dollar Tree just to kind of cover the front. I thought that really made it look much prettier to have some more color on the side. Of course, any kind of things that you want to do, or you could have painted that shelf a color. I just chose to go all white on this one. We're going to turn it over and just take a little piece of rope and hot glue that down, add a little masking tape so that we have a way to hang it. That way it'll look really good on the wall, wherever you need to put this, where it's convenient as you walk out the door. That is all there was to this one. It's so cute, so easy, and what a cute thing to do with Dollar Tree wood. I love it. Let me know what you think. I have this wood cutting board from the Dollar Tree and a couple of stencils from Chalk Couture and this cute little scrunchy scarf from Dollar Tree along with blue and white paint. I'm going to place these silk stencils on the upper left corner and the bottom right corner and just make sure it's nicely adhered. And I'm going to go for a very patriotic look here. We're going to paint the top one in white. You could do these in any colors that you want. I just wanted to do white and blue, and then that scarf has a lot of red. And I'm just going to kind of scrape the extra paint off to make sure that it's really sticking in there. We'll pull that off. How satisfying. Love it. And then we're going to paint the other one with the blue. We'll scrape that paint off as well. Who's looking back at me? I don't know what happened. Now I'm going to spray a clear glaze over the top. And then I'm going to take the scrunchy scarf and I'm going to cut a little piece so I can pull the scrunchie off because we don't need it for this one. So we'll just take that off, but it's still useful. And then I'm going to take a piece from this beaded garland that I like. It's a little like Uncle Sam hat. So we're going to hot glue the scarf up in that top right corner, and then we'll add the little hat right in the center. And this is looking so cute. I'm going to dovetail the ends of the scarf. And then I'm just going to take some hot glue and kind of tack down the scarf so it doesn't cover the design in the front. So I'll do the front edges and then I'll put it down in the back so it just isn't flying all over the place. Just, any way that you want to secure it. And you could make this little scarf as long or as short as you want. I thought it looked pretty, kind of draping down the sides. I know we had problems. I
Thought we could fix them.
I'm going to add some greenery all around the hat there. I thought that would look really, really cute. You don't have to add any greenery if you don't want to, or if you have something that's red, white, and blue and you want to add it there. I know sometimes Dollar Tree has these little sparkly things. I didn't have any handy, but I decided the greenery was going to work for me.
There's nothing left to do but to say goodbye and try to move on. I'll get over.
Now I'm going to take a little scrap piece from the scarf that I had that just got the white stars and the blue behind it, and I'm going to cover the hole in that little hat because that's where it had a hole. It was attached to the beads. We'll trim that up, hot glue it down, and that way it just coordinates with the hat where it has the little stars a little bit lower on the hat, and this way there'll be like a little stripe on the top. I thought that was really cute and a great way to cover that hole. Now we're just going to take a little piece of rope, hot glue, and some masking tape and add a hanger. Super easy, and it'll be very, very secure. And this one is all done. It is so cute. I love it, and just perfect for Memorial or 4th of July. Let me know what you think. I have these 2 pieces of wood from Dollar Tree that have a seahorse cut out. I had used the bottom of each of these, so they're cut off a lot shorter than what they originally were. And then I've got a couple of different napkins from my stash. I'm going to use some packing tape just to secure the back initially so this doesn't move around while I secure it even more. So we'll just cut that piece, and now we've got them put together. And then I'm going to take some paint stir sticks that I ordered on Amazon, cut them in pieces, and I'm going to hot glue them to the back to secure these 2 pieces together. This works so well, but I like doing the tape first when it's a bigger piece because then it doesn't move around. And these were kind of warped, to be honest with you. They weren't laying flat, so this really helped to make sure they were laying more flat. I'm going to take the first napkin. I'm going to take a little piece of masking tape, put it on the back, and that helps you separate the plies. You always have to separate the plies if you're going to decoupage a napkin. I'm going to cut out just one of the rectangle pieces where it says more beach, less worry. Now, who doesn't love that? I'm going to cover the whole thing in Mod Podge, and I'm going to let that dry. We're going to try this technique that I've done many times, where once the Mod Podge is dry, you put the piece down, a piece of parchment paper, and you iron over it, and it gets rid of the wrinkles and bubbles, which I love. Then I'm going to take the other napkin. I'm just going to fill in all around. It's really important you don't overlap the napkins, but because that creates like another ply, which we don't want because then it will bubble up. So I'm just going to move this all around. I'm going to adhere it with the heat from the iron and cut off all of the excess. Now that I've got it all on there, I'm going to take a little lighter and I'm just going to burn around the edges. Honestly, this is very satisfying. You could use sandpaper as well, but I just thought I would do this. It's very safe because it won't burn through the rest of it. And then I'm going to poke some holes in the seahorses, and look at this. You just set it on fire and the shape just appears. I love it. I'm going to cover the whole thing in Mod Podge. Now I'm going to take some nautical rope from the Dollar Tree. I'm going to make 2 knots. I'm just going to cut off the ends of the knots, and I'm going to hot glue it on the front. These are going to be faux knots because they wouldn't fit through the holes that were there, but we're going to make it look like it did by putting the knots on here. And then we're just going to take a piece of the rope and attach it to the back, and that will be our hanger. We'll just make sure we place it right where those knots start. That way it looks like it's coming from inside the hole. But you can see those little holes are way too small. I'm also going to take a little bit more hot glue and some masking tape just to secure the ends of this rope. You never know, it could fray. This just makes it more secure.
Guess we weren't meant to be. I know we had problems.
I decided to add greenery. I found this greenery at Dollar Tree. I always think it looks like seaweed because it's kind of clear green. So I just put it all over the bottom there. I just didn't want to cover up the words, and then a little bit up the side. And then I'm going to put another piece right in the middle. And what it looks like is we're underwater basically with the seahorse and the seaweed. I love this. Let me know what you think. Perfect for summer. I have this little crate from the Dollar Tree, and then I ordered these spiritual rub-on transfers online, and I think they are so cool. Lots of scriptures and different things. I'm going to paint this crate in the pool colored chalk paint by Waverly. Use any color that you want. I thought this was really pretty for the summer. And I'm going to do the whole thing except for the bottom of the inside. Now, once I've done that, I am going to cover it in Mod Podge because I want to make sure that when I put the rub-on transfers on, there isn't any issue with the paint pulling off. So now that that's dry, I'm going to cut out the transfers that I want to use. And I decided to make this a very uplifting little piece. It's going to be a planter, and we're going to put 6 different scriptures, 3 on each side. I love that because it's a great reminder of these scriptures. They're just so uplifting and just beautiful. And if you really keep thinking about what they say, you would really learn to love yourself. And so I wanted to inspire everyone to use scripture to really understand who God made you to be and how wonderful you actually are. Then I'm just going to rub that on, and I'm just taking this little, it looks like a credit card, and making sure that's rubbed on. And as I lift it off, I just make sure that it's adhered before I take the whole thing off in case I need to set it back down and push a little bit more. So there's the first side, and now I'm going to do the other side. Isn't that the sweetest thing? I love that. Now we're going to take some glue, and I'm just going to fill the bottom there. I'm going to take a paintbrush and just kind of paint it on there so it's all the way around and a teeny bit up the sides. And I've got some Spanish moss, which I'm going to lay down in there, and this will be kind of the bed of our little planter. I'm going to trim any pieces that are sticking up too much because we don't want that. And then I've just got these cute little flowers from Dollar Tree, and then some leaves and just some different things that I thought would look really nice and just give it such a soft kind of planter look. I didn't want really bright colors for this one. I just wanted, I love lavender, so this is just perfect for that. And then also those other pieces of greenery that I added just to give it a little more interest and texture. You can put whatever greenery, plants, whatever you want in here.
I don't know what happened. Guess we weren't meant to be.
And that's all there was to this one. I tried to make this one very easy, very quick, and I love doing crafts like this that are just so simple. And what a pretty gift this would be to give somebody or just to have in your own house. I absolutely love it, and I love the meaning behind it. So let me know what you think. Are you ready for more inspiration? I've got another video here I think you will really like. Click on it. I will see you there. You are truly a blessing to me. Bye.